Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Boston Beast 31 here. Today I'm here with a brand new video, and it's a .25 speed breakdown of the College Football 25 official reveal trailer that was dropped early on Friday. And as you see here, it is the #1 trending video across all of YouTube. So I'm going to do a little intro here, but first things first, I want to say thank you for being so very patient with me during this past year. I've taken a lot of time off of YouTube. I've just done a bunch of shorts and stuff like that. But starting today, I'm going to try and get back into this. We're going to go unedited for the rest of my channel going forward. But today, as I mentioned earlier, the official reveal trailer for the game itself was released today for College Football 25. And that's where I'm going to get this game started up for myself. I'm going to buy the deluxe edition, and I'm going to talk about the different editions in a different video, so be tuned in for that. Turn your bell icon to my channel if you have not done so already. Subscribe if you are new, but at the same time, this breakdown will be a 0.25x speed, detailed oriented video because I am a very detailed person, as most of you all know. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this started, and I'll show the trailer. I'll shut up for the next 1 minute and 56 seconds, and then I'll have to mute it at a certain point in the video so I do not get a copyright claim due to the song played in the trailer. But expect a lot, a big breakdown for me. I have a little timer here, so let's go ahead and start the video in about 5 seconds. And yeah, please like the video and subscribe if you are new.
Finally, it is here. You can take all that just another game stuff and throw it out. The eyes of the nation are on this field today, and that's what these players live for.
So right now I'm talking again. I've had to mute the audio because of the copyrighted song, so hopefully it's not picking up on my end right here. But yeah, let's go ahead and start breaking stuff down in the next little bit. But let me know in the comments below if you are planning on getting this game and what edition you are thinking about getting. The standard, which is the default $70. The deluxe, I believe, is $100. And then they have a bundle, MVP bundle, where you can get Madden NFL 25 and College Football 25 for about $150. And if you have EA Play, you get a 10% discount on the game. But let's go ahead and get into the breakdown right here. Thankfully, I cannot see my cursor on the screen. So the very first clip, the very first couple seconds, we get the iconic blue turf of Boise State here in the game. And there's going to be a lot of memories played on that field. Shout out to my buddy Daniel at work if you are watching this video. This next clip, I figured that you would like this. Obviously, you get Clemson University's Howard's Rock here in Memorial Stadium, just as it does in person, and just seeing that, you're like, wow, I've been there myself. So the next clip is Notre Dame and their Play Like a Champion sign, as you see in the little slap sign right there on the, let's see if here, if I can get my cursor on there now for you all. Yeah, yeah, there's my cursor. Hello. Yeah, there's the Play Like a Champion. Go Irish, go Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And they're national champions, all the championships they've won. And I wonder if they'll add a little bit of immersion to that if you end up winning the championship in your dynasty, if you get to put that up there yourself to say, like, you win the championship in 2026 with Notre Dame, you get to put that up there and you went like 12-1 or 13-1, whatever your record may be. You get to personally put that into they're leaving the locker room and pounding the sign. And also, this is going to be the first college football game that we ever have where you get to wear number 0. I've not seen that anywhere mentioned in breakdowns by anybody. But yeah, pretty cool to see number 0 down here. Yeah, pretty neat to see that. Number 3, and then number 0. And then you get Boston College rubbing the head or touching the head of the eagle that they pass whenever they are entering the stadium. And these are like real players too. Like over 12,000 players signed up to be in this game, to be compensated. $600 and a copy of the game of their console of choice. The next thing we see is Florida Gators rubbing the head, patting the head, whatever you want to call it. They're in their locker room at the University of Florida at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. And yeah, seeing that, and like you do on TV. And then also Florida representing their Jordan brand here on the uniform as well. And then the doors, it says, I think it says here, yeah, only what? Let's see, what's it say? Only get out alive. And then you get the famous win bar of LSU. That was pretty special. And then like all this detail they've got, they're just outside the locker room. So the famous win bar that the players smack before it goes. And there's a little reading of it, and it says, if I can read it really quick, the W-style goalposts represent the threshold into Tiger Stadium. This crossbar is a section of the goalpost that stood from 55 to 84. Since 84, the Tigers have touched this bar before they enter Death Valley as a sign of commitment to whoever takes for victory. So that is something that's legitimately in LSU's locker room. And then we get the classic EA Sports logo now with a flyover. I believe this is going to be here in App State. I don't know for sure. But then we get a live action shot of Texas. And you see here on the helmet, it's our first look of an SEC patch/sticker on Texas, as them and Oklahoma are both joining the SEC this year. And they are coming up before a night game, if I did not mention that beforehand. Then we get Wyoming. First time ever for them with names on the back of their jerseys. Their iconic white helmets, but also it's a snow game. So is the snow game's going to look like games past or like with Madden? But this game's going to play nothing like Madden. Also, we get a new look at a new helmet too, so that's pretty neat to see. And then players with long sleeves or no sleeves at all. And then we get Clemson running down the hill here in a minute. But then you get the big home of the 12th fan for Texas A&M. These fans are crazy. And you can see here they are playing Alabama. It looks like the default quarter length would be moved from 5 to 6, which I definitely recommend if you want just a quick game of Madden or you want a quick game of college. I play realistic sliders and all that, but more on that later. The next clip is going to be Bevo. You get our first quick glimpse of Bevo running out of the tunnel before the team does, and just seeing that, how real he looks and how menacing he looks, just as he did before he attacked Uga those years ago, if you remember. Can't remember what bowl game it was, but I think it was the Sugar Bowl. And then we get a full name for a guy, Moten Braswell. Don't know who he is, but he may be a real guy. I'm not sure. But then you get the whole team behind him, just swag surfing probably. You can get Wake Forest, a quick glimpse of them, then Wisconsin. Then the big one. This is the biggest sign of improvement I've seen in the game. Was the USC Trojan mascot just sticking the sword at the 50-yard line. Don't know who they're playing. It could be Stanford with the red back there, or it could be Utah. But within the with them in the Big Ten now, anybody could be wearing red. It could be Ohio State for all we know, but I'm not sure. Then we got to look at a pre-game mascot marching band So Pittsburgh sent a pitcher in to bring NCAA back, aka Tubby Light, here on YouTube, and he provided all the stuff that Pittsburgh submitted in to EA with all their assets. But the pretty neat thing is here that we get pre-game stuff for marching band, and they made it very realistic. Like they even have as a former band kid myself, they even have like a missing spot right here, like somebody is not there for that game. The band doing their pregame stuff, the fans coordinating different shirts. I'm hoping with the next clip that we see, it'll be it's a whiteout in Happy Valley where Penn State plays. That'll enable a checker kneel and feel for Knoxville in Neyland Stadium. So like seeing this, just the whiteout in a night game, and then the band just right here, right where the team will run out. They'll open a gate and they'll just run out. The next clip is Washington in the rain. Like you can't beat Washington and Seattle weather in rain. You can't think of rain without thinking of Washington. So we're at 48 seconds in. Yeah, and then the next thing, you get Penn State locked arms like James Franklin makes them do before every game. And the detail on these players is just real. It's crazy. And then you get Baylor running out. I don't think I included them. No, I did include them. So normally what Baylor does before the game, they allow the students to run to their seats first, and then the team runs in right there behind them. And then like the band, like so much detail in the band. Notre Dame running out, Clemson running down the hill, and then A&M running out, Oklahoma running out. Duke was the longest one I've seen. And then we get a little bit of gameplay, not too much, but that's okay. We get a look at Appalachian State, and then we get a quick cut to Michigan and Ohio State. But back on Appalachian State, like I've been here whenever my alma mater, East Tennessee State, played. But I want to show you all this. Why is Wyoming kicking off when it looks like the score is 14-0? I don't know if that's true or not. It could be 14-6, 14-8. But whenever I was watching it today, why is Wyoming kicking it off if the score reads 14-0? But anyway, we get a little glimpse of gameplay, some really cool jukes, and then we get a quick cut to one of the three cover athletes, Donovan Edwards, in the game between him and his Michigan Wolverines taking on Ohio State. Again, we get a look at the Jordan logo for Michigan, and then we get former Ohio State quarterback Kyle McCord with Syracuse now handing the ball off, and then him handing it off back to the receiver, and then Florida State. And then you get the famous wave of Iowa right there. Well, you get Florida State too. Forgot about them. And playing a new school in the ACC, you get California Berkeley, or California for short. Yeah, so there's Cal Berkeley. See the Cal helmet right here. And then just one of my favorite traditions of all college football right now, just the way that Iowa does at the end of the first quarter to the kids in the Children's Hospital. The fans do it back. Hopefully they enable the fans to do it too, and while the other team does it as well. Then you get a flip, like you get a full-on front flip for a Penn State drum major during their pregame, and just seeing that, all the detail, and I just love the bands in the Big Ten. And the next thing we get back to Wisconsin, I put here looking at the pregame show, but with the mascot getting his shot in front of the camera, just like you would on Fox. And then you get Bevo, the mascot for Texas, and him just getting his chance to shine. So Quinn Ewers here with pants above his knees, which is bringing a lot of attention to people, and he'll throw a deep ball. It looks like he is playing Colorado, but no, it's the LSU catch. I'm sorry, the LSU toe drag catch to against A&M, and then you get a turnover belt, the one that Alabama has had for several years now. And then you get Albert from Florida, also known as Florida, leading the team in a Gator Chomp with the band beforehand. And then we get our first glimpse at East Carolina, I'm pretty sure, with the purple helmet and the purple pants, taking on Army, and the triple option is back. Yeah, that's pretty neat. But sadly enough, for the military schools, I don't think they'll be compensated for their NIL. A lot of people are speculating in their height, their weight, where they're from, and all that will be in the game, but they will not get anything from it. But I do not know that for sure. And then we get Georgia taking on South Carolina here with their new, quote unquote, because it was not in the old games, but the new garnet helmets that they got, and a killer step back. And you see here, he's got branded Nike socks, which is brand new for the game. So I'm hoping that is more common for the Nike schools that have that option. So, and then we get our first look at SMOKEY, Tennessee, with the iconic VOLS spell out here on the end zone, and it looks like the renovations on that side of the stadium are done in the game, which is pretty neat. See, so is that Lee Corso? Is Lee Corso confirmed? Yeah, Lee Corso confirmed. Just kidding, that's not Lee Corso, but it is Oregon in a rain game, and then you get Pittsburgh and their "We Not Me" dunk that they do during a turnover. Then we get a cut to Arkansas really, really quick. Can't tell who they're playing, but then we get a big play here between Georgia and Alabama, and I immediately thought of the final play of the Rose Bowl between Michigan and Alabama this past January in the Rose Bowl, where he gets hit on the last play of the game. So I'm going to let that play out. But it is the same animation, sadly, as Madden, but it's a big ruthless hit that you don't see very often. And then you see Alabama's offense regain their composure. Jalen Milroe takes a deep drop back and he throws it up to Travis Hunter against Utah. So there's our third and final cover athlete, Travis Hunter. And to say the least, it kind of looks a lot more like him than I thought. He needs a different helmet, but we get our first look at Colorado in the Big 12 uniform. That is their current uniform design. They don't have their new one yet, but that's okay. Maybe we will get their uniforms later. Then we get Michigan. Looks like they're either celebrating a touchdown on offense. I see a lot of big boys, but I also see some offensive numbers in there as well. Let's see, the iconic U is back here as they are flashing up the U. And then we get Mike the Tiger from the Louisiana State University, aka LSU, staring deep in the camera during a moment during the game. And a quick glimpse at UCLA, not James Harden, but this is the new look for them. And they're also going to be in the Big Ten. I wish they got him to turn around and just point at the Big Ten logo. That would have been pretty neat to see. But then you get Brutus the Buckeye during a little timeout action of the Ohio State game. Can't tell who they're playing, but it would be pretty neat to get when you're before you pick a play that you get a quick cut to the mascot like you get it in Games Fast, and they can just do this number, and then you get a quick glimpse at Illinois and Maryland and their trophy that they have during their rivalry game, which is pretty neat to see. I don't know what the mascot, not the mascot, the trophy is called. But yeah, a lot of depth goes in there. And then we get another look at Tennessee, number 35. I don't know who that is, but you can clearly see number 13 right here. That's backup quarterback Gaston Moore. He is a senior this year, I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. But he wants to be an assistant coach in the future. But it also looks like I see some marching band members there in the background for Tennessee as the Pride of the Southland is leaving the field, and these guys got done with their pregame prayer after they ran through the tee, and they go down there and pump up the crowd after they pray. And looks like all this right here is still part of the new expansion side. And I think I see the party deck over here in the top right. That's pretty neat to see. And then we get a quick look at Sparty from Michigan State. See here. yeah, we get Smarty doing some push-ups, home of Papa Meeks, MMG. And then we get Wisconsin once more flashing the W. A lot of Wisconsin in this trailer. Probably the only highlights they'll get all season. Then we get an Alabama player probably before the game boots up because I see a little bit of the $1 million band back there in the background. My cursor went down to the 13 seconds. But anyway, then we get Wisconsin again chopping the goalpost down like they would when they win the Paul Bunyan Axe in their respective rivalry game. And then we end the trailer with Michigan hoisting the Rose Bowl as they did against Alabama, as Donovan Edwards, our third and final cover athlete, hosts the trophy up, just like they did in January. So that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. A very, very long breakdown. It's over 20 minutes long. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And you will expect more from me on this game in the future. But also, I will have a separate video coming out tomorrow. I'm going to make it tomorrow. But today, when this video comes out on Saturday. Or late tonight, I'm not sure yet. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. And as always, this is Boston Beast 31 signing out.